Everyone, thank you so much for watching the small YouTube clipping that I had posted last time a week ago. And as promised, after a week again, we're starting off answering those three basic questions. How are we going to be dividing in a SAT section, in a transfer section, and in a coronal section? So we have this dummy over here. We're going to have a so-called dummy probe, and gradually, once I'm going to be asking you questions, I'm going to be showing you them on the ultrasound machine as well. So the thing is, how are we going to be dividing it if we're taking a SAT section? This is a SAT section. That is how I have divided the body. Let's take this as a slicer, and we are going to be slicing the body. That is where the slicer is. So it's right and left side. I'm going to be rotating my probe from a SAT section which I divided right and left. We're going to be taking a transfer section. I put in this over here, and this is how on a transfer section the division is. It's superior and inferior. SAT section right and left, transfers superior and inferior, and I take on a coronal section from the side. When I take a coronal section, this is how I'm going to be slicing it up, anterior and posterior. So that's the basic scanning technique, section technique, SAT section, transfer section, coronal section. This was the first portion of today's clipping, that is answering for the previous one. Fresh set of questions for you all. Every transducer has a probe marker or an orientation mark. Where do you place it when you take it sagittally? Where do you place it when you take it on a transfer section? And where do you place that probe marker when you take it on a coronal section? That's one set of questions. Second set of questions again, which I'm going to be answering next time, and I would be expecting an answer from you all, is when you're keeping the probe marker like this, what is going to be on the SAT section, what is going to be anteriorly, what is going to be posteriorly, what is going to be cranially and caudally. Similarly on this side of the screen, this side of the screen, right and left, this portion and this portion. Similarly for a coronal section, meaning on your ultrasound machine when you're looking at what is there going to be anterior and posterior, what is going to be on the right side of the screen and the left side of the screen. Last question, when you're rotating the probe from SAT to transfers, how do you rotate it? Anti-clockwise or clockwise? So three set of questions to be answered, and I'm going to be waiting for your answers. You have my mobile number 9911 You can answer over there or in the respective Sono School groups, or you can just type it on and put it in the chat section in the YouTube. See you again next week for fresh set of answers and questions. Thank you.